So it was 2 years ago that I was in this very building listening to Celine Dion.
Oh, yes. Near, far, wherever you are.
Still love that one. Liza Minnelli.
It's just terrific. You know, the Hippodrome. Mama played the Hippodrome. I love it. It's terrific.
And Keira Knightley.
Do you know? They've not yet asked me to perform at the Hippodrome, but I hear it's quite lovely, and I might, go.
And the lady behind the voices is back. Christina Bianco is performing right here at the Hippodrome Casino in London. So obviously with the Impressions, you sort of started off with television, and you've done all these amazing performances. There was the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yeah, that was just a teeny bit nerve-wracking, a little bit.
Tiny. I
I was singing along to a track, and she had to time shouting out the divas I was impersonating to that track, only she was not doing that. And I was like, I have 2 minutes, Ellen! Get it together!
Aww.
Anyway, it all worked out fine. I was having a nervous breakdown, but it all worked out fine.
Yeah, it was all good. And then you've done the Paul O'Grady show over here.
Thrill of my
That
life.
time.
Yes.
He's fantastic. And things like the Meredith Vieira show and the Today show in the States. Is that, well, you said it was nerve-wracking, particularly with Ellen, but is that nerve-wracking because there are millions of people watching?
It is nerve-wracking, and particularly because, and this is not a secret, I'm not giving away anything, you can barely choose what you want to sing on those shows. It has to, in the U.S. in particular, it has to deal with the rights you can get for using songs.
Good point.
And here they don't have that. They're just picky. But like any TV show would be, when you're giving someone like me a platform, they're very particular about what you sing. And I remember I was on This Morning, and they wanted me to sort of do the same thing I did the time before. And I was like, I don't want to just come out and do the exact same thing. Can I do something different? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. But that's the thing. So you have to sort of make it work. Would never say no, and I do understand. But it does cause me to be a little anxious because very often I'm doing something I've never done before, or I'm not quite sure how it's going to land. And we all know that on every TV show, no matter what it is, unless maybe you're the final act on like the big shows out there, like the Tonight Show in America or something, do they give you any say in how the sound is put forth? So there's no I know a lot of impressions really only come across a certain way with a certain amount of reverb or a certain lack thereof. And so sometimes you're just like, well, I don't know. I can't hear myself in this little tiny, TV studio, and I have no idea if it sounds like them out there because you don't have that luxury. It's not a professional music venue. So that's why they get nerve-wracking, other than the fact that people are watching me, like tons of people. I don't even think about that very much. I just sort of think, because I'm comfortable performing, I just go, and there typically is an audience of some kind. I'm performing for that audience. So I do think of it as, how do I sound for this audience? Because that's the only thing I can do, really. The time that I was the most nervous, was Ellen. It was my first time on TV, and that was a really big first. And then the other time was the Paul O'Grady show, because I'm a huge Paul O'Grady fan, but I also was singing Total Eclipse of the Heart in front of Bonnie Tyler.
I remember.
So that was probably, I still say, everyone's like, wasn't Ellen the best? And I'm like, yes, but also equal. I would say equal was doing Paul O'Grady and singing for Bonnie Tyler, and that was extraordinarily cool. And they, at that time, I will say also, the wonderful people on that program, they let my accompanist, Joe Louis Robinson, play for me on a beautiful piano. So it felt really comfortable as well. I was with somebody I knew doing a song that I've done. And so it was, they made it as painless and as wonderful as possible. So.
Incredible. And you've done some other stuff on TV. So you've done Impress Me.
Yeah.
Which was one of the shows. Are there any more TV projects coming up? Is it something you
want
to do
Not right
more?
now. Yes, I do. I'd love to do more. Not right now. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, and I had a lot of TV stuff happening for a while. And we, like all TV shows, you do hope that big shows get picked up, and Impress Me had a lot of promise. But then the two actors in the show, Dana DiLorenzo and Ross Marquand, one got booked on Ash vs. Evil Dead, and the other is a lead on The Walking Dead. So that sort of ruined our show. But I'm really happy for them, so it's okay. No, I'd love to do more TV, and particularly, I think the UK has a really, really great love for impression shows, and I'm a huge fan of them, and I kind of watch them and try to find them on the internet and Hulu and whatever I can find them on. And I of course, I love John Coleshaw. I performed with him before in the Impression Show and Dead Ringers, and so I love all those shows. I would love to live here so I could audition to be on those shows. That would be really great. But
that's good.
We'll see.
You're also a big Sherlock fan as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we going to do without it? What are we going to do without it?
Is it coming back? Is it not?
They're going to say no, and then in 4 years, they're going to come back.
It better.
Oh, they are. Come on.
It better. It was a good later series.
I may or may not still have my Sherlock phone case that I had.
You had last time.
You interviewed me. I've cleaned it. It's clean, but it's the same one.
Isn't there a YouTube video where you are playing a Sherlock fan?
I'm playing okay. I can't believe we're talking about this.
It's happening. It's happening.
Everybody that follows me closely knows that I love Sherlock, and I'm a very big Benedict Cumberbatch fan.
Yeah.
And I am. I mean, I can't hide it. But I sort of play it up a little bit because everybody loves it so much. But I ended up being given so many gifts. Sherlock gifts, Benedict Cumberbatch gifts, like little teddy bears that say Cumberbitch. I mean, I've been given so much swag, but I can't bear to not accept it, and I certainly wouldn't throw it out. But it's sort of sitting in this weird Benedict Cumberbatch box in my studio apartment. I know.
There's a box.
There's a box, a Benedict box. My husband is okay with it. But only because, this is the thing, my husband on 2 occasions has been mistaken for Benedict Cumberbatch. Now,
really?
I know, and I married Billy a long time ago, so it's not like I just went out of my way to marry a Benedict Cumberbatch look-alike. No. Don't worry, Billy, it's not the case. But and they don't look alike from the front, but for some reason from the side, and they're the exact same build. And so I said, babe, would you ever consider making a little funny video where you're being Cumberbatch and I could be a super fan and use all the swag that I've got? And it doesn't have that many views or anything, but I cannot tell you how many direct messages and Facebook messages I got from people, and these people I don't even know now who have seen the video who are huge Benedict Cumberbatch fans. This is hysterical. It was really fun to do. We got a green screen room, and my husband may or may not be wearing spandex in it. It's ridiculous. If you want to watch it, he will hate it, but I will love it.
Yeah. Sorry, Billy. It's the things that you uncover when you're researching for an interview. I was literally going through YouTube, watching all the clips, and I found this one.
What is this weird capturing Cumberbatch? That's what I called it. It's about his motion capture stuff for when he did Lord of the Rings. He did the motion capture. So
I watched it till the end. I'm not gonna lie. It's part of the research. But it was very funny too. We'll put a link. Actually,
how was my accent? Wasn't my accent okay?
It was good.
I worked on that one.
It was impressive. So, final part of the interview.
Okay.
I know, we're nearly there. And it sort of sounds sentimental.
I can't impersonate him. I try.
I know. Oh man, that was the final feature. No. Now it sounds sort of sentimental, but you've achieved quite a bit over the years. Let's be honest here, with everything you've done, the success and everything. Looking back to your childhood and your days at Tisch, and performing at Birdland and everything like that, could you have imagined doing what you're doing now and being where you are?
No, absolutely not. I mean, there are so many things, particularly as entertainers and performers, that we want to do and never get to do. And some of them are really, really grand, amazing things. Who doesn't want to win an Oscar or a Tony or an Olivier or whatever, or film Madison Square Garden? These are things that very few people get to do. Yeah. But that's not the only joy. It's people aren't. We don't do what we do for that. We do it because we love it. And if you had told me that I would get to travel the world and people who I've never met in cities I've never played before would choose to come sit down, buy a ticket, and see me perform, and I would get to go to the most beautiful places, because if I had all the money in the world, I'd spend it on travel. So I would never have believed you. And then to throw in that it would be to hear me do impressions, I would never believe that either, because that's something I didn't take seriously. Yeah. So it has been the most ridiculously fun journey, and I really hope to keep it up. It's why I keep coming back and trying to show all the audiences how much I appreciate their support, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. I love to act, I love to sing, I love to do impressions, speaking impressions as well. All of them. And so basically there is a lot for me to do, and the fact that I've been able to to do my own shows and West End shows and symphony concerts. It's really wonderful, and I don't take it for granted. I'm very happy.
Amazing, amazing. Right. Now comes the important bit.
The plug.
The plug. We remember this from last time. So I'm going to give you, well, I said 15 seconds last time, and I didn't really count it, so I'm not really going to count it. I'm going to give you the opportunity to look down the camera. Mm-hmm. This is the important bit.
Focusing
plug the
on
show.
my public.
Go on.
Okay. Me, myself, and everyone else at the Hippodrome on June 23rd and June 24th. I'll be singing lots of songs you know and love. Pop, Broadway, jazz, unlikely interpretations where you tell me which songs and divas you want to hear paired. I have a fabulous 4-piece band, my Everyman Band. They are adorable. Lots of comedy moments with speaking impressions. So you're going to get singing, comedy, drama. I may do a little dancing. I mean, with me, you never know. It's going to be a really unique show. I'm sure unlike anything you've ever seen before. So join me, myself, and everyone else here at the Hippodrome this weekend.
Amazing. Can't wait for it. Christina, once again, I can't believe you've managed to do it again. Thank you ever so much for talking to us.
You can't get rid of me. Thank you. It's a promise.
We wouldn't want to get rid of you. We want to get rid of you. Yeah, thank you for talking to us. Good luck with the show.
Thank you very much.
I will be there next weekend.
Yay.
To come and watch it. I will come and see it.
Wonderful.
We'll put all the information on the website again if you want to buy tickets. And of course, you can find out more about the radio station too. And hopefully, we'll have another interview in the future.
Mm-hmm. And now I'll have a nap.
The jet lag can go. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you.